Hello everyone, my name is Dee. Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome back if you have been here before. Today we are going to be doing just very quick, what has your person been trying to tell you? You know, what have they been trying to get off their chest? What have they been trying to tell you? Type of reading. So I'm going to pull some tarot cards for this one and just see what comes through here. As always, this is a general reading, so please take what resonates and leave the rest. If it does not resonate with you, then it is not meant for you. With that said, we've got pile 1 with amethyst, pile 2 with clear quartz, and pile 3 with tiger's eye. Hello pile 1, my amethyst pile. Let's take a look at what your person has been trying to say to you. Okay, let's see what has been on your person's mind. What have they been wanting to get off their chest? I think I'm going to keep this reading short and sweet. So what has your person been trying to tell you? We have the Six of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Eight of Swords. So to me, what this person could be trying to convey to you is that for some of us, this could be somebody from our past. Just saying, because we have the Six of Cups and then we have the Eight of Pentacles, indicating that this person is trying to work on things. And I feel like that's something that your person does want to convey to you. You know, that they're trying to work on things, they're trying to work on themselves, they're trying to rebuild the bond that the two of you once had with one another. And that's something that I feel like is coming through very strongly. The Eight of Swords is a card which can indicate feeling stuck or stagnant. And I feel like something that this person wants you to know is just because it's been a while or it's been a long time since the two of you have maybe seen one another or communicated with one another, whatever the case might be, that this person hasn't given up yet. And for some of us, that could be good news. For others, that could be like, when the hell will this person give up? You know, like, when will they stop? But I feel like that's a huge message here of like, just because it's been a while or just because they haven't made a move yet, just because they haven't made a move in a while, whatever the case might be, just because they haven't spoken to you or seen you in a while does not mean that they have moved on yet. And it does not mean that they're willing to give up. If anything, what this person has been wanting to say to you is that they still have very strong feelings for you. They just weren't in a place to be able to express them before. Even if, let's say, this isn't somebody from your past, this is somebody from your present, and they've continuously held back on expressing the way in which they feel, this person's working on this. You know, this person hasn't given up. They see that there's something romantic or there's something more between the both of you. I say that especially because of the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is going to highlight kindness, compassion. It's going to highlight openness and sharing. It's also going to represent things like friendships, old friends, people that we have this deeper bond with. And I feel like you and this person have gotten to know one another on a very deep level in the past and or in the present. And this person, like, they might not have been able to express to you the way in which they would have liked to. Like in the past, they might not have been able to express to you their romantic feelings in the way that they have wanted to in the past and even in the present, but that's something that they are working on. I would say their communication skills, their emotional vulnerability, their emotional intimacy is all something that they are trying to build up. They know that there are certain things that they need to work on. They know that at a lot of times this connection feels stuck and feels stagnant. Neither one of you at times are doing anything about it, but they are doing their best to build up their confidence in order to be able to open up to you, in order to be able to share with you what it is that they see, and what it is, how it is that they feel about you. So I do hope that that makes sense, my pile ones. It seems like when it comes to this person, they are acknowledging that there's been a lot of stuckness or that there's been stagnancy within this connection. Even when things are stuck or stagnant between the both of you, they want you to know that they have not given up, they are not giving up, and they're continuing to work on themselves in whatever way they need to in order to be a better person or a better partner for you. You know, they're working on communication issues. They're working on confidence issues that they might have. They are doing whatever it is that they need to do. They feel like, or they would want you to know that you've always been a safe space for them. And even though you've always been that safe space, their insecurities hold them back. Their fear and their anxiety hold them back. For some of them, they're afraid of changing the dynamic within this connection, which is another thing that has held them back, because the two of you have been friends, or the two of you do or have worked together, whatever the case might be. And they're trying to work through those fears and anxieties, but they know that that's going to take time, or it has taken time for them to be able to open up to you. I feel like another thing too, or like another thing that this person could be apologetic or regretful about, is the fact that at times they are very open with you, or they're open with you about certain things. And the bond between the both of you keeps getting closer. In the past, it kept getting closer and closer. But when it came to them expressing the way in which they feel, they were just too afraid to do so. They lacked the confidence to do so. They were afraid of being rejected. They were afraid of, if they were rejected, the dynamic within this connection would have fallen apart, and they'd lose the progress that they already made with you, that foundation that they've already built with you. So there was a lot on this person's mind. There is a lot on this person's mind, but I feel like the number one message that is meaningful to the current energy of the connection, not that they aren't all meaningful, but the number one thing right now is this person has not given up yet. You know, like for a lot of them, they feel like they're at that final hurdle. This card actually, when it came out of the deck, it was in reverse, which to me is going just to straight up indicate that this person's doing what it is that they need to do to release themselves from that fear and anxiety. And this person's readying themselves, and for some of them, they are now ready and willing to take the chance that they need to make. But one of the most important things here is this person wanting to express that they have not given up on this connection yet. They're trying to do what it is that they need to do, because they see that there is something special here that's deserving of being explored. I really hope that that makes sense, gave some clarity, and gave some insight into what it is that your person wants to say to you. Thank you so much, my pile ones, and I hope that everybody has a wonderful day. Hello, my clear quartz pile. Let's take a look at what your person has been wanting to say to you. Okay, let's see. What have they been wanting to get off their chest? What are they thinking about? What are they feeling in regard to this connection? What have they been wanting to say? Okay, we're keeping it short and sweet. We're only pulling like 3 cards for this, just to get a very general gist of what it is that your person would like to express to you. What is it that they've had on their mind to express to you? Okay, let's see, my pile twos. What is going on with your person? We have the Well. We have the Hermit. And we have the Three of Wands. So the first thing that stands out to me, the first thing too, like let's say when the Well jumped out, this card to me is going to represent that this person's emotions for you, or their feelings for you, let's say, are really growing exponentially. And I feel like for some of them, one of the main things that they want to convey here is that they've been single or independent for so long that it's almost like they're unsure of how to operate in this connection. You know, for some of them, they might not have a lot of relationship experience. For some of them, again, with that Hermit card, they could have been single for a hot minute. And to me, it's almost this indication of like they're really unsure of how to go about expressing to you exactly how it is that they feel for you romantically. It's almost like they've either forgotten how to, you make them feel in a certain type of way that they're not quite sure of how to explain or express to you the full extent of their feelings. So I hope that that makes sense for those of us who this is meant for. I feel like when it comes to this person, even it's like they want to make positive movement forward in regard to this connection, but at times they struggle to do so. And I feel like they struggle to do so for a lot of them due to a lack of romantic relationship experience. So even if you know that this person has, like, let's say you know that they have dated other people in the past, it's almost like when it comes to the well of emotions that they have for you, they struggle in knowing how to express them. Like they're not quite sure of what would be coming on too strong. They're not quite sure of, like, I feel like for some of them, or the message that I get from this is that they don't really know how to go about this, let's say, in a traditional manner. Like they might have met people online before, or they've been single for too long that they've never gone into a relationship feeling the way that they felt about someone when it comes to this connection. And I feel like that could be very important for people that maybe have online dated and you are someone who knows this person in real life. So it's almost like they're not really sure of how to express their feelings for you because they've never really dated in a traditional manner before. They've never really approached someone before. Maybe the two of you work together. Maybe the two of you are mutual friends, whatever the case might be. And so I kind of find that to be an interesting message, but it's one of the strongest messages that is coming through here, as far as what this person wants to say to you. Like they're very much so interested in you. They want to start something here. They want to see where it will go. But they've never really done this before and they're unsure of their footing. Like they've never really approached someone in real life before. And again, I feel like that makes sense, especially in today's day where a lot of people meet online. It's like that's one of the strongest things that is coming through here is they're unsure of how to approach you. Even with this, it's like, even for some of them, it's like they've been single for so long, or they've been on their own for so long because they don't have a lot of relationship experience that they're unsure of how to operate in a romantic relationship, especially in a relationship or within this connection where they feel so strongly about you. And I feel like that's something that's important to note here. I feel like if you're not dating this person, which I feel like many of us aren't, it's kind of like this person's unsure of how to operate in a relationship when they're going into it already having like the maximum amount of romantic feelings that they've ever felt before. That well card to me would really exemplify the feelings that they have for you. And they're unsure of how to operate within a connection, knowing how it is that they feel about you. Because let's just say if this person is used to online dating, this person would meet someone and the both of you would, let's say, presumably, start developing feelings for one another at the same time. But if this is somebody who's a friend of yours or somebody who you work with, or somebody that's like a friend of a friend, and this person's going into the connection already having these stored up romantic feelings for you and being unsure of how it is that you feel about them, that's a little bit intimidating for this person. Like they don't know how to operate knowing that they're walking into this, or they would be walking into this, knowing how it is that they feel about you and being unsure of how it is that you might feel about them. So I really do hope that that makes sense, or that I'm conveying it in the best way I possibly can, since I'm trying to channel what it is that they would like to say to you. But I would say, especially if you feel like at times this connection is stagnant, or you're not quite sure of how this person's feeling, if you know that this person's been single for a hot minute or doesn't have a lot of relationship experience, I feel like this would make a lot of sense for you. Like knowing this person in real life, this person is someone who might even be very introverted. This is someone who might be at times very focused on their career. And this person's feeling like, yes, I have very strong feelings for you, but I'm really unsure of my footing when it comes to this situation. And I feel like a major thing that might hold this person back at times is, of course, something like being rejected. And I feel like they'd be nervous of being rejected because they know how they feel about you. And this would be very heartbreaking to them if it were to result in a rejection. Okay? This person wants to make positive movement forward with that Three of Wands. But the other number one thing that I get from this is they are trying to find their footing. You know, they're trying to find their footing. They're trying to navigate this situation. And I feel like they're trying to navigate it in a multitude of ways. Like they're trying to navigate the feelings that they have for you. They're trying to see how it is that they can move this connection forward. For some of them, again, been single or don't have a lot of relationship experience. So they're trying, they've got that lantern. They're holding it up in the dark. They're really... what is it? There's some expression that goes like with that, but they really are unsure. They're trying to find their way. They're trying to find a way toward you. They know how it is that they feel about you. They feel very strongly about you, but they're unsure of their footing. They're unsure of how to navigate the situation, and they are trying to figure it out slowly and surely. All he's got here is this little lantern in the dark, really just allowing for him to take a couple little steps forward. And I feel like that's kind of what this person's wanting to indicate as well. They might be going about this slow and steady, but that says nothing about the way in which they feel about you. And I feel like what that's meant to mean is that they have very, very strong feelings for you. So even though they might be moving slow and steady at times, it's no reflection of the way in which they feel. They're moving slow and steady because they're trying to find their own footing. They're not moving slow and steady because they're trying to figure out the way in which they feel, or they don't really have feelings for you, or this, that, and the third. This person is trying to find their footing because they feel so strongly about you, and they're trying not to mess things up. I really, really hope that makes sense, my pile twos. Thank you so, so, so much for allowing me to do this reading for you, and I hope that everybody has a wonderful day. Hello, my pile threes. Let's take a look at what your person wants to say to you. Let's take a peek at what your person's been trying to get off their chest. What have they been trying to say? We are keeping these rather short and sweet today. So let's take a look at what your person wants to say to you. We have the Knight of Cups. We have the King of Wands. And we have the Seven of Pentacles. So one thing that I do feel like is coming through here is almost like the King of Wands to me at times. He can kind of come through. He's definitely calmed down. He's calmed down from the Knight of Wands. But he definitely, even in the King of Wands, can be a little bit of a playboy. And I feel like with that said, we've got the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups to me, sometimes he's described as a player. I don't really look at the Knight of Cups as a player. I look at the Knight of Cups as somebody who's seriously romantically interested in someone else. The King of Wands, though, he can be either or. And then we've got the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles is about wanting to build something, wanting to build the foundation of something, wanting a solid, stable foundation to build a relationship off of, to build a life off of, etc., and so on. So the number one thing that I feel like this person wants to say to you or has been trying to convey to you is that they're trying to balance the physical and emotional intimacy within this connection. And I feel like a huge reason why is because they are extremely attracted to you with that King of Wands. They're extremely attracted and they're not quite sure of how it comes out at times. Or they're not quite sure of how to express it to you, because they don't want you to think, and I feel like that's something that's very important here. It's that this person is seriously romantic. They're seriously romantically interested in you with that Knight of Cups. But at times, maybe there's been a focus on physical intimacy. Maybe there's been a focus on like this person being charming and flirtatious and so on and so forth. So this person's trying to balance that. Like, it's almost like this indication of like, yeah, I know I'm a flirt, but that doesn't mean that I'm not interested in you. Like, I know I'm a flirt, or like, I know... It could be some combination of like, I know I'm a flirt, or I know we've hooked up, but that doesn't take away from the fact of like what I see for this connection going forward. Because what this person sees for the connection going forward is the two of you really beginning to figure things out together, and really begin to figure things out together in that form of commitment. You know, this person wants or sees a committed romantic relationship with you. This person wants to show you that they are ready to commit. This person wants to show you and is trying to convey to you. And that's like one thing too that I do kind of get from this though. Like, this person wants to and tries to convey how strong their feelings are for you. But I also feel like they might have a tendency to be immature. And it's not in a horrible way. Like, it's not like this person's horribly emotionally immature. And it's not like this person's like immature in a reckless way. It just seems like to me this person at times can be a bit goofy or a bit flirty. Feels more like a silly, goofy little guy or gal. Just to where at times you're not sure, like you yourself are not sure if you can take this person seriously because of their immaturity. Like, I'm getting more like stupid jokes. I'm getting more along the lines of kind of like silly behavior, getting more along the lines of even flirtatious behavior. And all of that kind of detracts for you. It makes this person feel like, or it makes you feel like that this person is not as serious about you as you might be about them, or that in general this person's not that serious about you, so you might not be allowing yourself to catch feelings for them. And I'm not sure if that makes sense, but that's at least what I'm picking up on here. That's kind of the vibe for me when it comes to this connection. As always, take what resonates, leave the rest. If it doesn't resonate with you, then it's not meant for you. But I am hoping, I like to share whatever it is that comes to mind, in hopes that it resonates with at least one person who is listening to this. When it comes to what this person wants to convey, I feel the strongest message here is that this person wants you to know that just because they are at times this King of Wands, fun and flirty fellow or gal, that they are not, that their feelings for you are still real. And that's one of the strongest things that's coming through here. So let me say it again. It's basically, just because I'm flirty or just because I'm charming and charismatic does not mean that my feelings for you are not real. And I feel like that's something that's really important here. Whatever immaturity that they have, it seems more like silliness, or for lack of a better word, stupidity. Their silliness and their again, for lack of a better word, I'll say foolishness, because the Fool is a tarot card. Not that he jumped out, but their silliness and their foolishness is not meant to detract from the way in which they feel about you. And just because they might be silly or they might be foolish at times, even though they might be playful with you at times, does not mean that they are not taking this connection seriously. For them, they take this connection very seriously. And when it comes to whatever silly, goofy behaviors going on here, that could just be a part of their personality. You know, like that's just a part of their personality. Maybe they are very charming or charismatic. Maybe they are very funny or goofy, whatever the case might be. And this person wants you to know that just because that's how it is that they are, just because they're like, let's say even maybe like a little bit of a class clown, for lack of a better word, does not mean that their feelings for you are not strong, does not mean that they do not want to continue to build the foundation of this connection. And I feel like that could be something very important here. It's almost like this person too is like begging to be taken seriously. And I feel like that could be important for maybe this person has a little bit of a reputation being a player, or if this person has a reputation for being a little bit silly and foolish. This person is begging to be taken seriously. This person has true feelings for you. This person feels like there could be a commitment here, or that this could be a stable and secure relationship with one another. And this person wants you to take them seriously. And I feel like that could be important too, or something that I picked up on, like as along those lines, is like they want their effort to be taken seriously. And I'm not sure how that makes sense to your connection with them, but that's the strongest thing that I'm picking up on from here. This person, like, they might like to play around. They might play around too much sometimes, but their feelings for you are real. And they see something here. They see that the two of you can build upon this and even have a future together or have a life together. Again, and I'll leave it at that, this person wants to be taken seriously. They want you to know that they do have serious feelings for you. I really hope that that makes sense in some way for whoever this is meant for. Thank you so much, my pile threes, and I hope that everybody has a wonderful day.